on, or is that
This
your
is
hair?
not a hat. This
Whoa!
is my head.
I thought you had a hat on. That's your
No, this
hair.
is my hair. This is
Oh,
my
I was
hair.
like,
This
that's
is
so
a
cool.
ridiculous.
Well, the way it
look
looks,
at
because
this.
on the back it looked like it
I,
almost was a
I went
feather,
for a comb
and it
over.
was
Yeah,
like
I
one
don't
of
know.
those hats. I was like, that's such a cool hat you have on.
No, it's a
Well,
clip in my
welcome
hair.
everyone to our crazy show. It's good
Hi.
to see you guys. This is Bio Journey Academy Live. My name is Anthony.
I'm Gabby
And
with my hat
with
hair.
your hat hair, which is wonderful. And we're crazy. We're crazy voice actors.
Always.
It is, what's today? The 26th of February. It is a
Yep.
Thursday.
Mhm.
Very exciting. We just booked another author and voice
Love it.
actors. So we've had a couple authors over the last couple of days book voice actors through Academy Voices. Very exciting. So that's definitely growing. So if you're not on Academy Voices, this is the time to get there. And also we have some we have some meditation work that went up that's paying jobs. So very thrilled about the growth over there. So check all that out.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah, today. So today we were talking about networking, right, Gabby?
We were talking about basically ways to expand your network, to grow, to book more work, and really to make yourself a more indispensable part of, other people's world.
That's
so yesterday, we talked all about the ways to get hands-on and live and, to just get out there and meet people. So today is really about the digital front and how to achieve similar there. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I think, most of us, again, we are stuck in a booth and by ourselves. So, a lot of what we can do though nowadays is get out digitally. So, one thing going on right now is incredible, and it's huge, is if you haven't been on TikTok and been a part of this movement that is happening, you've definitely been shut in your room too long. But what's happening, right, is that TikTok, of course, you can go live on TikTok, meaning that, you just click, you have an account, you click the live button, you're live. But what people are doing is authors, businesses, people in general are now just going live to hang out. And to meet people and just to be there. I mean, people are even doing this to read together, or even be what was it you've talked about? I keep remembering. It's body doubling. Is that what it is? What is the people are
body
just
doubling.
hanging out live together.
Yep.
Online, and here's the thing: is you can join these streams and talk to these people. Authors are doing it left and right. There's a big thing going on right now with authors where because I've been joining many for the last couple of weeks now, where you just go through and you'll see like I'm writing a book and I'm editing it and ask me any questions. And literally just sitting there, the people that we're trying to get a hold of and build relationships with are right there, literally, that you can directly talk
to. Doing, existing. And so much of it, I think, is, it stems from two things. One, our innate curiosity, right? No matter what the career is, no matter what someone does for a living, we're curious. We love to see the behind the scenes, right? I blame Hollywood. Hollywood made behind the scenes like a whole, right? It's a whole thing. And so people adore that opportunity. The other thing is, it's a little bit of voyeurism. We like to see what we're not supposed to.
Yeah.
So whenever somebody pulls back the curtain, it's very exciting. And people dig it. So yeah, and you're right. And it's not just TikTok though. It's every platform. Damn near every social has an opportunity where, people are just going live and hanging out.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And so I think that, if we now move to the idea of, okay, so let's say that what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to network, we're trying to build relationships. you're getting everything you need. So a
Mhm.
couple things I think you could do, right, is as you're moving through, you get on TikTok, you start, looking through, there's a live section that you can join. You can type in and look the
Mhm.
authors. I mean, it's so simple to find people
Oh
that you're
yeah.
trying to find. You can even create a spreadsheet that's
Mhm.
tied to, right, and start writing down names.
Yeah.
You can message people directly, of course, but I would make sure that, because since you can talk to them, so literally what happens is you can type to them on their stream and they're looking at it and they talk to you,
Mhm.
right? And you can, type back, so you don't actually have to physically talk. If you're worried about that up front and stuff, you can just start typing to them. I've had many actor or authors say, "Hey, we want, I'm going to look for somebody as soon as my book comes out to narrate my audiobook and things like this."
Mhm.
You build that relationship. So what happens, you use a spreadsheet and you can you follow these people, become a part of their sphere. All
Yes.
right. They're because a lot of these, because think about it, for authors, same thing as them, it's so important for them to build a community, because these are all indie authors pretty much, but that's how they sell
Mhm.
their books, because
Yeah.
without a community, no one's going to ever hear their stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's really important you to become a part of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing I really like is the networking that can be achieved with LinkedIn, which I know we've talked about before. It's not only finding people, but connecting with them and opportunities to email them. Well, it's not really emailing them, but it's direct messaging them through LinkedIn. But LinkedIn's method for direct messaging is much more similar to email, and it's much
Yes.
more thorough, and
Yes.
you can add links and you can make it dynamic, and you can do a lot more with it. Sometimes it's so good I actually forget that I'm on LinkedIn and it's not my email account. Isn't that wild?
Well,
um
yeah, and I think now more than ever, our social DMs. I don't know
mm,
about you, but I always check them hands down. I
mhm,
always check them
mhm.
and I look at each one. Emails, I'm like delete, 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 unless it is from someone I know,
Right.
right? I delete it. But
Right, of course.
in socials, we're
Yeah.
still at that place where we are still checking them,
Yes.
right? So it's a lot better place to reach
Mhm,
people.
mhm. And I think the other thing that we're seeing is, and I mean, LinkedIn is one of these, there's now some ability to do some automations and some funneling through things like LinkedIn to communicate with people on a more automatic basis. And that's kind of interesting. That's relatively new, and a lot of folks are taking advantage of it. It can be a little spammy, so be careful. Make sure that
Mm,
it's quality information that you're sending and that you're actually engaging these people. Um,
yes.
but oh gosh, beyond that, I feel like, I don't know about you, Anthony, but I feel like I'm constantly being invited to online events, right? Like discussions about certain
Yes.
things,
Yes.
software, companies hosting events, whether it's voiceover or otherwise. And those are really great ways for us to meet other people.
I absolutely agree. I always think it's funny that, we do all of this by ourselves, yet this industry, we need to be super engaged with other
Yeah.
people. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a, I'm not saying people aren't saying that. So people
Mm,
aren't telling you you shouldn't be engaged with other people, but I'm saying that, like, we really we need to get ourselves out there and network with other people. That's
yeah.
how people know we exist. 'Cause I
Mhm.
always joke, right? No one's ever The people who listen to us will probably never know our name, never see our face, right? But the people who hire us and the people who are in that,
Mhm.
they're gonna know our name and they're gonna know
Mm.
our face. They're gonna know about us, right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to show up for these things, whether it's online or in person.
Yeah.
But I think the online thing, and also when you get going, you'll get invited. Like, TikTok sends you invites.
Yep.
You know, like someone, because they'll like the people when they go live, they can invite the people or whatever, and they invite you. I get them all the time. You know, this author is going live, has invited you to join them. You know what I mean? And here's the thing: a lot of them only have like 2 to 4 people
Oh wow.
in their live.
Oh wow.
So like you have their literal, I mean,
Attention. Yeah.
right, undivided attention. You know what I
Wow.
mean? And now I'm not. Now here's the thing: don't be that guy. All right, that goes and be, you know, and be like, I want to be a voice, I want to be your voice actor and do your audiobook. You know, you don't be, you know, build. So leading from that, relationship building
Mm-hmm.
is imperative to this form. Is think about what you and I do,
Yeah.
or the people who are listening. You know, when we work with other voice actors and stuff, or we recommend other voice actors, we do it based off of the relationship we have with the voice actors, the trust we've
Mm-hmm.
built. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? That we and it's the same as other. I mean, I think and maybe that's, but it's always like in any industry, it's who you know. You know,
Yeah.
it's really crazy. It really doesn't matter. I mean, we would hope that it would all be just, you know, an even keel, but that's not the way it works. It's who you know, because you don't, the who you don't know, you don't trust yet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
It is for sure. It's
yeah.
trust building all around in any business. Every business relies on that so heavily, and it's easy for us as individuals to forget that. But we have to build up some of the same, and consistency and repetition and showing up, and consistency in our own marketing. Those are all things that help to do that. What else, Anthony? What else do you think is really imperative for the digital network building?
Yeah, so I think that there is, so we talked about podcasting yesterday and creating that network
Mhm.
of business
Bring your
owners,
audience to you. Yeah.
right? And I think that digitally there's this opportunity across all platforms to go even live yourself. So
Mhm.
one thing that is happening, because I've been talking about narrators, we've been talking about other business, we've not talked about the amount of voice actors who are going live themselves.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're, you know, and it's usually they're reading an audiobook or they're doing some sort of voiceover activity. All right. And you know, they are going live and they do it while they're live and then they're interacting
Mhm.
with people. I mean, it really is an incredible thing to be a part of, and they become well known,
Yeah.
you know, because remember, so here's something that I want to, and it's funny because it's not funny, but I think Gabby, you've said this forever, and I think we've talked about this a bunch. But and I know I've mentioned it, but Gabby's always said that, you know, there are adjacent parts to what we do to growing our voiceover business. It's not just getting booked with a job, right? We can
Yeah.
build multiple ways to get out
Mhm.
there and build things. So I've always thought that when I first started in voiceover and I was doing audiobooks, I realized early on, especially royalty share, because let's be honest, I love what I love what, or was you or Angela? I think it might have been Angela. Angela said the other day, because there was a place where they're complaining about royalty share books,
Mm.
because a lot of people do. I understand.
Right.
However, Angela was saying how that Angela Fest, how, you know, they're creatives just like us.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't have a lot of money either.
Yeah.
They're trying to do their art and get it out there as well as
Mhm.
we can. And, you know, maybe the first couple ones are like that because they
Mhm.
can't afford it. But what I'm trying to say to you is early on, I realized if I could find a way to sell, have
Mhm.
my own community,
Mhm.
people would be probably knocking down my door to work with me.
Yeah.
Because in the end, you know, and I was speaking to an author this morning, you know, we want to sell, I mean, we want to have great creativity, great artistry, but we want to sell copies of the audio thing,
Yeah.
right? So building a community, whether it's through your activities or whether it's through you are interacting with other people on their lives, can be very powerful way for you to go on there. I mean, imagine if you were an voice actor and you go on there, you have 20, 30,000 people, and you're like, I'm doing this audiobook. Here's where you get it. The release date is here. I mean, that's massive, because now you have a group of people, whether it's other voice actors or not. It's still a funny thing. We all listen to audiobooks. I mean, we all listen to read books. We all watch commercials. I mean, it's not like we got our heads in the sand. So, your face. No, but seriously, does that make sense?
It does. We have to collaborate. We have to get out there with other creators. We have to take some risks. We have to understand that not every project out of the gate is going to bring in some massive amount of money, but it has the potential to grow. And that's really what it comes down to. And if everybody is working together collectively to create something, it can be extraordinary. Now, I don't say to enter into these things lightly, and definitely do your research and make sure everyone is committed. And sometimes, sadly, we have to walk away from something. We have to walk away from a creative endeavor that we've invested a lot of time and effort into because it's just not taken off, or it's just not getting us where we want to be. I've had countless numbers of those over the years, but when you
worked really hard, and then
oh my God,
YouTube takes
so
away
hard, so hard. I was part of a project 20 plus years ago now that I still think about, because it was ahead of its time. And it was ahead of its time in so many ways, but because of that, it was technologically limited, and sometimes I think about my partners in it and that project now, and I go, God, it would have been a completely different situation if we had launched that in, 2019 instead of 2003.
Right.
But what are you going to do? It's okay. But we take those chances. We make those relationships. We have to. If you're not invested in a passion project somewhere with your voice acting, you're limiting yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We've got a lot of amazing people watching. Let's see. AJ says, future topic, though you've probably talked about it or just need to search the archives, resumes for beginning VAs. I had a director email applicants to say we were welcome to add a resume.
Yeah. We've talked a little bit about voice actor resumes, but we'll just kind of bunny trail and veer off topic with this one for today. But an actor's resume is not like a traditional resume at all. An actor's resume is sort of a condensed list of various projects and the role that you played and whether or not it was principal and, and the application, like how it was used. The problem is if you go and you Google an actor's resume and you look at what a stage actor's resume looks like or a screen actor's resume, you start realizing really quickly that's very hard for us to accomplish. It's not the same. So like my actor resume is literally just a list of my biggest name credits, and it'll say things like, commercial, principal, sometimes I'll include links, but that's about it. So if you're doing a lot of audiobook work, you can have an audiobook specific resume. You can have animation and character and video games specific resumes. Those are the two areas where I think they're most prevalent and most important, is audiobook and animation. Outside of that, I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I think in my mind, audiobook, like the resume, we have a template for that. I mean, that's a pretty... That's a good, you have a section what things you're working on. Then you have categories of the audiobooks. Training. I mean, that's nice. But you're right. It can get a little hazy. So that's why you're online, because I think more now than ever, even actors, because it used to be actors, your resume was everything. Right. And you have headshot on one side, and then the other side you've got, your acting credits.
God, I forgot about that.
Yes, the world.
Oh no, I totally forgot it. That's so funny.
Yeah. So, but now, I mean, it's so important about your online
Yeah.
visibility and what you have online, and the things like you mentioned the other day about the dot,
Oh,
the
the dot
different,
card.
yeah, the dot
Mhm.
card,
Yeah.
there's different ways of doing that,
Mhm.
because that's this is carried around. Our phones is a lot easier to carry around than
Mhm.
paper and stuff like
Yeah.
that, just the way we live. So, I think that it's something to be said for us as well, to have a quick way. I mean, Linktree is another way that people really like to
Mm.
share, links to things very quickly,
Yep.
um, um, yeah, so definitely great topic. And I'm to me, for the beginning part, for beginning VAs, I'm more interested that you have a paragraph, like you have a couple sentences to a paragraph of a profile, or just that you can say that you can add to
Yeah.
profiles, because early on you don't I mean, I wouldn't say you need I mean, usually I don't get asked for resumes. Do
No.
you get asked for resumes? I don't usually
No,
get asked for
not
resumes.
very often.
But then
Not very
again, I could
often.
just say go look at my website. I mean, I think that's that
Exactly. I mean,
yeah.
effectively, that's what we've built, but some clients want something a little different,
Sure.
so,
Sure. That's absolutely true. And a
yeah.
lot of that could be too, because they don't know what they don't they do it a certain way, and they
Mhm.
may base off of, hey, I'm looking for people who have experience, this or that, and who knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. So tomorrow, open forum Friday.
Yes, open
Yeah.
forum Friday. And again,
Mhm.
remember, quick about the beginning. I mean, we're seeing some incredible growth over Academy Voices. If you know some authors who are looking to get some help, turn their books to
Oh, heck yeah.
audiobooks, send them over to us. If you are looking to get work as a voice actor, check that out. And of course, it's all run and by VO Journey Academy. So
Yep.
very excited. We'll be back tomorrow
We
for Open Forum
will.
Friday, right?
Yep.
All
Yep,
right,
yep.
everybody. You have a wonderful day. See you all tomorrow.
Bye,
Goodbye.
guys.